Oh, nice. Wrecked.
The attack helicopter has been a common theme on this channel for the past year or so, and recently I have been taking part in some really fun 2v2 and 4v4 matches. This isn't something that I've done in the past, it's not really something I've been involved in, but it is a massive part of Battlefield. So the purpose of this video is to just show you my setup for these duels, and then some of the techniques that you can transfer over from the 2v2 duels that you might have if that's something that you're interested in, and you can transfer it over to a public session. And there are some little techniques, some little tips and tricks that will definitely help you out if you're looking to just get better in the attack helicopter. So kicking things off, the loadout you got to run. Now it's pretty obvious if you do 2v2, so you might have to ignore this. But if you don't, then you want to be running something a little different from your usual public matches. On the left hand side, you can see my public match setup, and the main difference is gunner optics, and I run with thermal. You're going to find it a lot easier using thermal because you can see stingers in the distance, you can see infantry on the ground, you can pick up on vehicles, and you can also pick up on the attack helicopter in the distance if, say, he's trying to sneak behind a building and stuff like that. It's very useful and definitely the better option in a public session. If you're doing a 2v2, however, you would be hard pressed to find a reason not to use the gunner zoom. You get the advantage of shooting things at a longer range, you get a better view of the attack helicopter, and as that's the only thing you're shooting, there's really no need to go for thermal. You can also see that if I was piloting, I'd be using the Zuni rockets, tow missile, and fire extinguisher. That is the setup that you use. No heat seekers here, no need to use ECM or anything like that. The extinguisher gives you that option to repair if your helicopter gets damaged and is on fire. You then hit that and you get 37 health. Same thing that you can do in a public match when you switch seats and then repair your heli and then fly off. It's kind of a get out of jail free card for the attack helicopter. So for some techniques in 2v2s, just a couple that you might want to look at if this is something you haven't done before. The purpose of the pilot is to fly around, dodge everything, and try and either hit a couple of Zunis or tow missile the other helicopter in the distance. For a gunner, your job is to hit a couple of the 30mm at the beginning and then hit your TV. The TV does 90 damage, so if you hit your TV straight away, the enemy helicopter has a chance of escaping. So the best thing to do is fire a couple of 30mm, try and get 10 damage on him, and then fire your TV missile and try and take him out, making sure you reload those 30mm in the process of firing your TV. Some techniques for the 30mm. Make sure you don't use the reticle to fire your 30mm. Use the actual bullets and watch the lead on them, similar to how you would fire a tow missile or something like that. So as you can see in the distance, I'm firing them, and I'm not the best with my 30mm. I'm really not that good with them. But once you start to get a couple of hits, you then guide your bullets to hit the chopper instead of using the reticle, because obviously there's drop on the bullets and a bit of spray as well, and a bit of bullet deviation. So you need to make sure that you're using the bullets to aim. And that goes for a public match as well if you do happen to use zoom. And same with the thermal, although you won't be shooting from that distance, so it won't really be as noticeable. With the TVs, there are 3 different TV types that I like to switch up between. First of all, you've just got your basic shot where you shoot it straight at the enemy chopper, he doesn't dodge and you hit him in the face. This can be done from several angles. If you flanked around the side, if he's, you know, flying, dodging a tow missile and you just predict he's going to go there. Simple stuff, same as you get in public matches. They tend to be the most effective if you're flying against a pilot who isn't dodging and someone who maybe isn't at that top level. The second one I like to sometimes switch up to is the one where you guess where the pilot's going to go. This works especially well if you are firing your TV missile at the same time as your pilot firing the tow missile. So he'll fire the tow missile, the helicopter will dodge, and then you'll predict that's where he's going to dodge, and then you get your TV in the way. There's a couple of examples of that in the background. The final one that even I didn't really use until I started doing 2v2 is a loop TV. Now these ones are really impressive and super effective because the pilot can't see them coming a lot of the time, and that way you get a sneaky advantage. The only problem is you have to rely on your pilot to point down so you can loop the TV underneath, and you have to make sure that you get the angle right, because it's very easy to overshoot these and go behind the enemy helicopter, and then you've wasted a TV. I haven't really got that many tips for a pilot. You should definitely check out my friend, he's in the description down below, Bavarian Buddy. You should check out his Twitch if you're interested in piloting on Battlefield 4, because he is a superb pilot, does a lot of 2v2 stuff, and he's been flying me around quite a lot recently, so it's definitely worth checking him out. You'll pick up some good tips from him. One thing that I've noticed that he does quite a lot is he tries to get the advantage with under radar in 4v4 matches, so you can go around the side, stay under radar so you don't get picked up, and then you can cap the flag and sneak behind helicopters, as you see in the background. We've got a couple of examples there. The second thing that he likes to do is keep his height against enemy helicopters. If you have the height advantage, then obviously dodging down is a lot quicker than dodging up. So if you have that height advantage, someone fires a TV at you, you can dodge down without becoming too exposed to the enemy helicopter. Also, making sure that you have the height on an enemy helicopter in a Zuni battle is important, because it's easier to hit things if you're above, especially tow missiles, than if you are below. Your gunner also has a way better vantage point if you're higher up, because remember that gunner cannon can't aim that high. So being up at that height is really, really important. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like down below and let me know what you want to know about the Battlefield 4 attack helicopter. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.